The Walten Files, one of, if not the most popular analog horror series of all time. Starting off as a Five Nights at Freddy's styled fan game in 2018, before changing into an analog horror series 2 years later. The Walten Files is one of the founding fathers of analog horror. It really kick-starting analog horror's popularity alongside Mandela Catalog. With the Walten Files having such an important impact on YouTube horror, that means many people have strong opinions regarding the series. Some widely agreed on, others not so much. Hello my polygonal friends. Around a month ago, I asked you guys for your hottest Walten Files takes. And in today's video, I shall be reading over them, while giving my own hot take at the end. So grab a seat, your drink of choice, and let's see some hot takes. The first hot take of the video is submitted by that horror dude. It reads, Spectacle Minisode is the scariest episode of the series, with Lacrimosa as a close second. I really agree with this take. Spectacle is just mad creepy, man. It's like, I don't think people give it enough credit. It's really good. Now, I don't think it's the scariest video in the series. I think Walten Files 3, quantity of scares, and the quality of them do beat out a Spectacle and Lacrimosa. But it's still a top 3 scariest video in the entire Walten Files series. Like, imagine seeing this for the first time at like 12 a.m. The second hot take is from Iguanado 2009, which reads, Bunny Farm does not need a remaster. It's perfect as it is. Now, I don't quite agree with this take. Okay, so like, on the one hand, I do really like Bunny Farm. I think it is like the second best video in the entire series. But on the other hand, there are definitely some things that can be improved on with a remake. The length of the video can be like optimized, even though I like the extended length. It would be cool seeing some of the scenes reimagined, like 0714 missing scene, and it would be good to get some better voice direction for some of the characters. But we'll talk more about that later. The third hot take is from River. It reads, Walten Files is most definitely good, yet disinteresting as a series, as you have to force yourself to get through the beginning to actually get focused. I don't know, I just had a hard time trying to get through it. Now, I don't really agree with this take, but I can definitely see where you're coming from. Episode 1 of the Walten Files is by far the weakest episode in the series, and some of the scenes are just full of tropes, especially when watching it in current day. But the worst thing I can say about the beginning of the Walten Files, episode 1, is that it is like a 5 out of 10. I don't think there was ever a moment, though, where I thought I was forcing myself to get through it. The fourth hot take is from Jamie L. The take reads, the plush videos are more fun to watch than the actual series, and are also good for the series in general. They literally do no harm, but yet I hear so many people complain about them, and I will never get it, to be honest. I completely agree. They're just good bursts of content in between the long gaps of episodes. And if you hate the boozoo flip, there's the door.
So I can get ready for work tomorrow.
Mr. President, sorry, but we just wanted to...
Get out of my house!
Also, Jamie L is posting their own Walten Files Hot Takes video. So go subscribe to them for when that drops. I think it'll be peak. The fifth take is from Oofman1987. It reads, Hot take, Sophie Walton's voice acting in Bunny Farm is the only con I have with the episode. Now, I can definitely understand this, with some of the lines sounding pretty weird in Bunny Farm from Sophie.
What's that?
But I think this is less the VA's fault and more just not the best directions from Martin. Because this was like second episode that actually had full-on voice acting and wasn't just that wasn't just text to speech. But overall, it doesn't affect the episode in any way for me. I still really like Bunny Farm. I really do. The sixth take is from SergeyKunai. It reads, Banny is the scariest animatronic. Also, another one that is hard to believe, things take time to make. Stop rushing creators. Now, this might be a hot take, but I think rushing creators to put out a product they aren't finished with is a bad thing.
What did you say?
Shocking, I know. I'd rather wait like 6 more months for an amazing product than getting it instantly and it being underdeveloped. As for the Banny is the scariest animatronic take, I personally think the scariest animatronic is Bon, but psychologically, yeah, you definitely could make an argument for Banny. Banny fans, stand tall. Don't worry, I'm gonna make a Banny video someday, trust. And the final viewer take of the video is from Mycorian. I hope I said that right. I hope I said all of these right. It reads, The Walten Files is carried by the fact it was one of the first analog horror series to be popular. Now, do I agree with this? Not fully. I do believe the Walten Files got a lot of attention because of how early it was in the analog horror genre, but I believe it would still get that same popularity if it was released like this year. Of course, not to the same explosive amount, but you know, certainly a large fan base. Now finally, we have my hot take of the video. And my hot take is that I think that Relocate Project is the best episode of the series. Now, the reason I believe this is because of its use of the other animatronics. One gripe I have with the entire Walten Files series is that the other animatronics outside of Bond just really don't do that much. So the fact that characters like Banny and Billy get a spotlight in this episode, it really makes me like it. It fleshes out their characters a lot, and I wish more episodes did that. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Tell me in the comments what your Walten Files hot takes are. And tell me if you would like me to do this video with any other series. This was a more different video. I always like experimenting with the types of videos I make, so I hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to the Walten Files and me. I would really appreciate it. I've been Sam. I'll see you guys next time with my next video, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace.
Be careful. Being that old, we don't want you to have a heart attack.